here in our country, there's such a limited information when it comes to the transgender experience, to a point that a lot of people tend to confuse being gay to being transgender, or being lesbian to being a trans man, and all of these things. For trans people, kasi we face a lot of microaggressions. They call that microaggressions. When you feel like ang bait mo sa isang tao, pero yung pala nakakasakit ka na. For example, for a transgender person, you say, ay, ang ganda mo! Mas maganda ka pa sa aking babae, or mukha kang tunay na babae. Parang, what are you supposed to feel with that? Parang, ang bastos, parang ganon. So we have to be careful with everything that we say. We want to be complimenting, we want to respect this person, pero in turn, nakakasakit na pala tayo sa mga pinagagawa natin. So sana magkusa na din tayo as allies to educate ourselves on how we can better treat our LGBT brothers and sisters.
Coming out is not a prerequisite to enjoying your life. It's up to you. Don't feel pressured. Just because you watch this, I hope your takeaway message won't be, oh, sabi nila Gigi, nila Jeannie, I come out. No, that wasn't what we said. You be yourself, and then whatever you decide, that's your decision. So it's not a race. My timeline is my timeline. Your timeline, you own it.
We went to March and we weren't expecting anything. We just wanted to hug people. It was a rainy day. We put our kid in a stroller. We had our shirts. We went into this Marikina Sports Complex, and there was such a long line. Tapos hindi pa ako prepared. Like, we were standing in like just beyond the registration, just beyond the crowds of people who had just gotten in. And I had my sign, and we were like, okay, where are we gonna position ourselves? We're waiting for our friends. And then somebody saw us and said, oh my God, hugs! And then they just came towards us, and I was like, hindi ako prepared. Ready. And the moment those arms wrapped around you, I started crying, and they started crying, because it felt like such a yearning for acceptance and love and affection. It felt so, I don't want to say desperate, but there was such a need.
We just want people to be able to feel open and free, and know that sex is fun. It's fun to talk about. It doesn't have to be worrisome. It doesn't have to be heavy. You know, you can laugh about it.
Sexual communication is such a big part of a relationship.
I say we still are having.
We're still having those conversations. It's not a one big conversation that we have. These happen through the years, and then they can happen like when we're stuck in traffic. Like, they have to happen in little increments, and I'd argue that's also how you teach sex to your children. It cannot be that it's one big moment. It has to be all of these little everyday interactions.
Effective din yung pagbibigay ng feedback. Kunwari, mayroong nag-sex kami, or even sa relationship, sasabihin namin na parang hindi ko nagustuhan yung ganito, or uy, nagustuhan ko or na-enjoy ko to.
Sa mga, I guess, things na I wanted to discuss. Mas yun nga, meron tayong fantasy. And then stories na we don't often get to discuss. I found it liberating, of course, that I was able to put it out.
Whether you're in a relationship with yourself or with someone, may seasonalities din pala siya.
This is the time na if you haven't explored your body yet, this is the perfect time to do so. Kasi walang magugulo sa'yo, and you will know what you want. You know, it's really just knowing more about yourself and your body, and you know, making yourself feel good.